darting a bear or working with a lion or doing, swimming with an anaconda, like that fuels me for weeks. Like I get getting goosebumps thinking about some of them right now.
What if I told you monsters really exist and humans have actually faced them? Get ready, folks. This video is going to be frightening as I reveal some of the largest and deadliest animals encountered by humans, from deep sea leviathans to towering land beasts. Let's dive right in. Number 1. Man-eating super croc. Meet Lolong, the largest saltwater crocodile ever recorded. This wild beast was captured in 2011 in the Philippines. Lolong was massive. This monstrous crocodile measured an astonishing 20 feet and weighed over a ton. It all started when Lolong terrorized a nearby village, prompting locals and croc hunters to take action. And while Lolong eventually died of a heart attack in captivity, he remains the largest croc ever captured to this day. Number 2. World's biggest snake. Does this guy have a death wish? He's underwater with the largest snake ever recorded, or at least the largest one caught on camera. This gigantic danger noodle measured a mind-blowing 26 feet long and weighed nearly 500 pounds. He's lucky this snake had a full belly, or he might have been on the menu. Number 3. Huge bear caught on camera. I don't think I'm ever going to go hiking again. Look at the size of that thing. It might not be the largest, but it's definitely one of the biggest. Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week. And I'm no expert, but this beast probably stood tall, over 9 feet, easily weighing more than 800 pounds. Number 4. Massive Siberian tiger. You know you're bad when other tigers are afraid of you. And just for reference, this male Siberian tiger may be huge, but all those other tigers aren't exactly small either. But I know an alpha when I see one. Every tiger in there knows he's the new boss now. I mean, he'd probably make a lion look like a wild cat. Number 5. 800-pound tiger. Behold, an 800-pound killing machine, making humans look like tiny babies. It's unfortunate this terrifying beast is in captivity, but yeah, that is, without a doubt, the largest tiger I've ever seen. Oh, and like the last one we just saw, this bad boy is also a Siberian. Number 6. World's largest rhino. Look at the size of that horn. It's at least 1 foot long. It's like something out of the history books. This is an actual clip of the largest rhino ever to have walked the earth. The footage was recorded back in 1950, and honestly speaking, even the elephants look tiny compared to it. Number 7. Size, power, and beauty. What an incredible sight. We're super lucky elephants don't hunt us, because this monster would have dominated. It's without a doubt one of the largest elephants ever recorded on camera. And look at those tusks. They could easily pierce through anything. This just makes me wonder how massive similar prehistoric species may have been. Number 8. Walking the talk. Don't move a muscle. This elephant knows he's the bomb. Just look at how he's walking the talk, knowing he's the baddest animal at the safari. And I swear, as soon as it walks by the car, it's like a scene from Jurassic Park. This elephant is a modern dinosaur. It could have easily crushed any car in its path. Number 9. Largest lizard ever. That thing is huge. It's the largest lizard in the world, and I'm surprised how this person was able to get so close to it. Nature is cruel, though. Just look at how the Komodo dragon devours this tiny deer. And an interesting fact, even if the deer had gotten away, the Komodo's saliva is so rancid that it would have died eventually. Absolutely terrifying creatures, though. Makes you think how deadly dinosaurs must have been. Number 10. Mysterious large bear spotted in Yukon. Imagine you're hiking in Yukon and you see this wild creature roaming in the forest. What's your next move? Run or play dead? I don't know about you, but I'd just freeze right there and then. And I know it's a bear, but it's absolutely massive. It's at least 11 feet tall. Plus, it's like he gets even bigger as he runs by the camera. Number 11. Megabat. Kind of makes sense now why Batman is so afraid of bats. Just look at the sheer size of this thing. It's like a baby dragon. And the worst part is how you'd only see something like this at night. Just imagine looking up in the sky and seeing a massive creature flying right above you. And while they're super light and agile, Their wingspan is crazy, stretching nearly 35 inches. For perspective, that's nearly 3 feet, almost as big as a small child. Thank God they live off fruits. Number 12. Biggest blue whale ever. Thalassophobia trigger. The blue whale, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest whale in the entire world. The maximum confirmed length of the largest ever recorded was nearly 100 feet. And that's an adult whale I'm talking about. Their offspring are as big as a public bus. And despite their massive stature and scary appearance, blue whales are actually the gentle beasts of the ocean. Get ready for some crazy facts now. A blue whale's tongue weighs as much as a grown elephant. The heart weighs as much as a small car. A human could literally crawl through its arteries. It's that big. Number 13. Great white. Jaws music intensifies. I would never go in the water after seeing this gigantic beast. In fact, I wouldn't even want to go in that cage. And trust me, if the shark wanted to, it could have easily broken through that cage with some effort. I guess it was just strolling by to say hello. But yeah, this is one of the apex predators of the ocean.
The biggest shark ever filmed. You see, in the world of great whites, females are larger than males.
It's so fearsome that a group of great whites can take down some of the largest whales in the world. That was at least a 25-footer right there. Number 14. Awkwardly huge. Let's face it, giraffes are awkward. But if you were to see a massive creature like this standing right in front of you, I'm sure you'd lose it. This giraffe is one of the tallest in the world, spanning well over 5.5 meters in height. And no, they might not be carnivorous, but they'll crush you with their humongous legs. Number 15. Don. Whoever came up with this hippo's nickname did an awesome job. Meet Don, the largest hippo ever recorded in Kruger Park. And notice how there's no other animal around him. That's because he's the most dominant beast out there. Believe it or not, a hippo is said to have the strongest bite out of all land animals. That's about 8130 newtons per square inch. For reference, that's enough to crush all the bones in your body. Number 16. White rhino. You could cut through paper with that horn. I bet he makes all the other rhinos insecure. And even though you can't tell, his skin is literal armor. It's so thick and strong that some animals can't even bite through it. And there's another white rhino standing right beside him, and this monster makes him look tiny. It's a shame they're almost extinct, because this beast is nothing short of majestic. Number 17. Elephant seal. That is undoubtedly one of the biggest elephant seals I've ever seen. And I feel so bad for that little pup. He got squashed by this gigantic adult. Believe it or not, elephant seals can grow up to 10 feet tall and weigh more than 4 tons. You heard that right. 4 tons. And it may not look like it, but these wild animals are incredibly agile for their size. Oh, and a fun fact. Did you know these seals can hold their breath for up to 100 minutes? Number 18. Unexpected visitor. The fact that you can't even see something that massive until it's right next to you just terrifies me. I'm not sure, but I think this is a sperm whale. This one is clearly an adult, measuring in around 16 meters and weighing a mind-blowing 41,000 pounds. And did you know this gentle giant can't breathe underwater? Yep, that still isn't enough to stop it from cruising thousands of feet deep in the ocean. Fun fact, did you know the sperm whale has the largest brain on this planet? Number 19. Giant squid. My worst nightmare. The giant squid, a modern-day cousin of the kraken. This bad boy is humongous, measuring in at more than 2.5 meters. You normally wouldn't see these massive squids at the surface of the water since they are deep-sea creatures. But there's a reason why this one decided to come see the sun. It's either ill or dying. Yep, the only time these magnificent squids ever come up to the surface is when they're about to die. Sad how that's the only time we'll get a glimpse of them. Number 20. Andean condor vulture. Don't let appearances fool you. This vulture might look all soft and cute as he snacks on a tasty popsicle, but it's a daunting beast in the wild. It's literally an omen of death. Number 21. Big as a human. Here's a different clip of the Andean condor vulture. That thing is as big as a human. And truth be told, as majestic as these beasts may look, they're known for lifting children in the air. They can grow up to 1.4 meters in length. That's the typical height of an average human being. Number 22, bald-headed eagle. With a maximum weight of just 6.5 kg. This bird is gigantic, and if you thought that vulture was big, wait till you hear this. This bald-headed eagle has a wingspan of nearly 2.5 meters. And to help you understand just how big that is, LeBron James would look like a midget in front of this. Plus, is it just me, or does it look like he owns the place? The way he's walking and how the other birds are quickly running off shows just how dominant this beast is. Number 23, polar bear. This animal is the stuff of nightmares. Imagine you're trapped in the icy cold Arctic. The bright white snow is shining right in your eyes, and all of a sudden you start hearing a deadly growl. The polar bear. You wouldn't even see this beast coming at you. The biggest polar bear ever recorded was at least 12 feet tall in height.
Polar bear usually weighs between 770 and 1,540 pounds.
And you might not be able to tell in this footage, but these things are so big, they literally hunt beluga whales for fun. Number 24. Biggest pet ever. People keep strange animals as pets, but a bison, I've never heard or seen it before. Just look at how massive this chunky boy is. And as for the owner, this is some really risky business. This beast could tap back into its killer instincts any given moment and mess stuff up. This bison is 8 feet long and stands nearly 6 feet tall, weighing an estimated 1,500 pounds. But it's hard to imagine how this thing is a pet. Bisons are usually flipping around lions in the wild. Number 25. Massive python spotted in Bolito. For a python that large, I'm terrified at how quickly it can move. And notice how it's just slithering about in the wild. Well, maybe it has no reason to hide since it's the apex predator there. And what's the size of this slippery boy? I mean, it's easily a 20-footer. These things are known for swallowing entire animals in one go. And did you see how fast it was at the end? Just imagine a literal behemoth coming at you so fast. A living nightmare. Number 26. Silverback breaks glass. Never, I repeat, never pound your chest in front of a silverback, or this is what's going to happen. I love how the visitors knew it was time to leave as soon as they saw the glass crack. Silverbacks are so powerful that they can snap human bones like sticks. They're the strongest primates ever to live on Earth. And the interesting thing about that is they share 98% of their DNA with us humans. At their peak, silverbacks can reach a height of 6 feet, weighing up to nearly 200 kg. Number 27, liger. What do you get when you cross a male lion with a female tiger? A liger. It's like taking all the strengths of both a lion and tiger and combining them into one animal. This thing is massive. It's even bigger than an adult tiger. Believe it or not, it can grow more than 3 meters in length, reaching a standing height of up to 1.3 meters.
The liger grows fast when very young and then slows down as it approaches their adult size.
Surprisingly, despite its giant size, the liger isn't as dangerous as tigers or lions. It's very slow and bulky and could never survive in the wild. Number 28. Draft horse. Might not be the tallest or biggest, but definitely the strongest. This horse is an absolute unit. Look at the quads on that thing. Just imagine riding it. It must feel like a tank, and I'm amazed at how responsive it is to its owner. But yeah, the only thing I can think about is how hard it could kick. Breaking a leg for this beast must be a piece of cake. Number 29. A mythical beast. I knew wolves were big, but this big? You have got to be kidding me. It's almost like a mythical beast, to be honest. Just wait till it gets up. There's even a puny husky in the frame for comparison. And trust me, I've seen wolves up close, but this animal is on a different level. The dire wolf went extinct about 20 years ago, but this is even bigger. It almost rivals a bear. Number 30, giant Alaskan moose. This moose makes that SUV look like a tiny hatchback. Believe it or not, this is one of the biggest moose ever recorded. It's easily taller than 7 feet and probably weighs well over a ton. Normally, moose aren't that aggressive, like this one here, but if threatened, these beautiful animals could trample an adult human in seconds. Number 31, just the mouth. Imagine standing near a dock and seeing this creature pop out of the water, and that's just its mouth. Imagine how much of it is still submerged underneath the water. That's just crazy. This is none other than the massive humpback whale. These beautiful whales can grow up to 18 meters in length. And how heavy are they? Well, prepare to be shocked. An adult humpback can weigh up to 44 metric tons. Thank God they don't prey on humans. Number 32. Manta ray. Meet the most intelligent fish in the water, the giant manta ray. These things are bigger than adult humans. And you might be thinking they can't possibly be that big, right? Well, newsflash, a giant manta ray can weigh more than 5,000 pounds. It has an impressive wingspan of over 8 meters. And check this out now. Did you know it can breach and surf? A pretty cool party trick if you ask me. Number 33. The strange dugong. What in the world is a dugong? It looks like a floating blob, right? Well, wait till you hear how big it is. This strange animal can grow up to 4 meters in length, weighing an estimated 600 pounds. And that's not even the most interesting thing about it. Believe it or not, even though it's not the largest, deadliest, or scariest thing in the ocean, it's still the king.
Inhabiting shallow coastal waters, it feeds entirely on marine plants.
The average lifespan of dugong is 70 years old, with some of them living for an entire century. Unfortunately, these gentle sea cows are very rare, with just a few thousand left in our oceans. Number 34. Magna pinna. Are we sure this squid isn't an alien? Because I've never seen anything like it. These strange alien squids are found deep within the water, often sighted 20,000 feet below the ocean's surface. And just how big are they? Well, why don't you guess? It's obvious their arms, tentacles, or whatever you want to call them, make up most of their body, but still, 6 meters. That's how big this alien squid is. Honestly, I didn't even believe these were real until I did some research. I thought this footage was edited, but it turns out the Magna pinna actually haunts our oceans. Number 35. Ostrich. What's an ostrich doing in this video? It's not that big, right? Well, if we're talking about birds, the ostrich is the largest one out there. Along with being extremely fast, it reaches heights of up to 9 feet. Just imagine that for a second. Casually walking around and coming across a 9-foot-tall bird staring down at you. And we often take these clips for granted because it looks normal. But like I just said, if you were to see one in real life, you'd be blown away. Number 36. Zeus. I'm not talking about the Greek god. I'm talking about Zeus, the biggest Great Dane ever. This good doggo is so big that he literally holds a Guinness World Record for being the biggest dog in the world. But just how big is Zeus? If he were to stand on his hind, he'd easily be over 6 feet tall. In length, Zeus is slightly longer than 3 feet. Just imagine someone breaking into a house and seeing this gentle beast standing there. You picked the wrong house, son. Number 37. 20-ton monster. So, just how big is this shark whale? Well, imagine floating around in an open ocean and still getting in a giant's way. That's how big whale sharks can grow. And this one is perhaps the biggest one ever. It's at least 40 feet long and probably weighs around 20 tons. It's absolutely amazing, beautiful, yet terrifying, magnificent, yet brutal. But have no fear. Whale sharks are the true definition of gentle giants. They're not even aggressive towards humans and permit drivers to come close enough to pet them. Number 38. The great big Kodiak bear. The Kodiak bear is one of the largest bear species in the entire world. Believe it or not, this beast is nearly 500 pounds heavier than a grizzly. And if you ever saw it standing on its hind legs, a fully grown adult Kodiak would at least be 10 feet tall. Also, there are no rules for this bear. Play dead, run, climb a tree, whatever. There's no way you're escaping this guy. And look at those impressive claws. Those could probably cut straight through the meat. Fun fact, Kodiak literally means very big. Number 39. Cute but humongous. I love camels. They're so cute and goofy. But if I ever saw this one in the wild, I'd run like the wind. And even though it doesn't look too large, trust me, this bumpy boy, at its peak, weighs around 2,200 pounds. Male adults grow up to 7.5 feet tall and can run up to 40 miles per hour. That's fast. So, you can't outrun it, fight it, or hide from it. What are you supposed to do? Well, luckily for us, it doesn't even acknowledge our existence and ignores any form of contact. Number 40. Giant leatherback sea turtle. This isn't clickbait, people. That's an actual turtle. It's one of the largest of its kind, reaching lengths of up to 7 feet. And notice how hard it is for the turtle to get back into the water? Well, that's because it weighs an astonishing 2 tons, but that's just their usual size. There are actually legends of a sea turtle being 9 feet in length and weighing almost 3 tons. But yeah, you should see these things when they hatch. They're tiny as heck, and just look how enormous they can grow. Number 41. Crawling anaconda. I apologize in advance if you're afraid of snakes, but this right here is perhaps the best footage ever. I've never seen an anaconda from so close, and that too in HD. And it just goes to show you how massive and dominant this snake is. It also makes me imagine the prehistoric times when snakes used to be gigantic. Remember Titanoboa? The size of the snake's vertebrae suggested that it was at least 13 meters and weighed over 2 tons. Super happy humans weren't a thing back then. Number 42. Don't mind me. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just going out for my daily walk. And I don't live near gators, but are they usually this big? Because this one is massive. Imagine playing golf and seeing this prehistoric-looking gator just strolling about on the course. I would lose my mind. And check out the perspective as well. That's a grown man beside the beast, and he looks tiny. And do you want to know what freaks me out most? How this isn't even close to some of the largest alligator sightings ever. Number 43. Buff kangaroo. Is it just me, or is this guy flexing on us? He's the definition of the alpha male. All the kangaroo ladies want him, but that's an actual thing. The bigger and buffer a male kangaroo is, the more females want to mate with him. And it looks like our boy here is the prize. But did you know he's unusually large for red kangaroos? They never grow this big or strong. And from the footage alone, this guy was probably raised in captivity and had access to a better diet. That explains why he's so muscular. Number 44. Largest fin whale ever. You could swim in a fin whale's stomach. That's how huge these things are. And don't let the footage fool you. It was shot using a drone, and even if you ever put a cruise ship next to it, it would still be massive. The fin whale is the second largest in the world, reaching lengths of up to 85 feet long. And want to know how heavy they can get? Obviously not as heavy as blue whales, but check this out. At its peak, an adult fin whale can weigh 80 tons. Number 45. The biggest gore of India. I swear this isn't edited. This isn't just the biggest gore in India, but it's the biggest of the entire world, folks. Just look at how it makes all the other cows look so tiny. But unlike other cattle, this is a wild species. Normally, these big boys can reach up to 10 feet in length, but this one is beyond that. This is the largest in the world, and some reports indicate it weighs more than 2,200 pounds. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. So, what do you think? Have you ever seen any of these magnificent beasts in real life? And is there a giant I've missed? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.